Hey everybody, if I ask you a question that who has built the multi-billion dollar Disney empire, what would be your answer? I'm 99% sure that your answer would be Walt Disney. But you would be shocked if I tell you that Walt Disney doesn't know how to do a business at all. He was just a cartoon artist working on an advertising firm to earn a living. Then who the hell built the Disney empire? So the answer is Roy Disney, the older brother of Walt Disney. He worked super hard to put a dent into the cartoon industry and redefine the definition of success. So to sum up the idea, Roy Disney is a how type of person and Walt Disney is a why type of person. So I know you might be scratching your head that what the heck is how and why type of person. Don't worry, I am here to help you find the answer of that question by sharing with you the most impactful book summary of all time, Start with Why, by my all-time favorite author Simon Sinek. And those of you who don't know Simon, let me give you some brief introduction. So in 2010, he gave a TED Talk speech and went viral and became the second most viewed TED Talk of all time. He was fantastic author and inspirational speaker, and he believed in the idea of optimism. So without any further ado, let's start with the book. As author encouraging us to start with why, let's start with why. Why title Start with Why? So the idea behind this, author is encouraging us to start our work with the question why, because why is linked with the vision, and any idea, product or service linked with a vision is bound to succeed, because people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. What you do simply proves what you believe, and in fact what they do simply proves what they believe. Don't worry if you don't get this at the first shot. I'm going to retouch this area after some time in the video. Why author wrote this book? So this book is born out of the pen of the author. So back then when the author was working on a consultant firm, one day he realized that he had no passion toward its work. So he decided to start a movement to inspire others with his talent of speaking. And those inspired people will inspire others. These people could be customers, clients. And so key idea behind is to make them realize they are working on something bigger than just a job. Author talks a lot about leadership. Now the third question, who should read this book? I have three things for you. Those of you who are interested in inspiring others and want to be inspired for some vision. Those of you who are interested in developing leadership skills and not just a good manager skills. Don't worry, I am going to explain this difference in a while. And third, those of you want to know why some company performs superb consistently instead of having the hands on the same resources and same advertising medium that their competitors have. Now let's start with the content of the book. Things from the book with you, out of which first section is the lengthiest yet most interesting one, that is golden circle, and rest of them are four small sections which are help us to understand the idea of leadership more clearly. So let's dive into this. As you can see, this is how golden circle looks like. Let me give you some brief about it. Every person or organization on this planet know 100% what they are doing. But some of them know how they do it. You might call it your USP, your differentiated value, or your proprietary process. But very few people in organization knows why they do what they do. By why, I don't mean your profits. It's a result, and it's always a result. By why, I mean your purpose, belief, or cause. Why should anyone care? Or why does your organization exist? Most of the organization and people communicate from outside to inside, from what to why. It's obvious, right? Clearest to fuzziest thing. But inspired leaders and organization communicate from inside out. Now let's understand it through the example of an Apple. Now consider if Apple communicate like others to sell their computers. We make great computers. They are beautifully designed, easy to use and user friendly. Wanna buy one? Nah. This is how Apple actually communicates to their customers to sell their products. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. We will do this by making our product beautifully designed, simple to use and user friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Wanna buy one? Are you sold out? So, did you notice the difference? I have just reversed the order of the information and added a Y in the beginning and converted this boring commercial into most profitable and impactful masterpiece. Now let's understand the science behind this magic. As you can see, this is how our brain and golden circle looks like. Very oddly, they have very similar structure, and the advertiser, when decided to start their ads with a Y, it appeals to a limbic brain, and this is the place where our emotions are. And we cannot rationalize our emotion, or in other words, emotions doesn't understand logic, and the advertising which appeals to our emotion wins the game. And this is precisely the reason how some company names become brand names. We buy things because it gives us a feeling of connectedness or belongingness. And this never means that I am saying what and how is useless. My only point is, many times why wins over how and what because of the emotion part. Now let's talk about the second part of the video, that is, how are the good managers and why are the leaders. What I am saying is, leaders always need how type of people, because these are the people who actually creates systems and structures to make other people work for them. Their key job is to convert leaders' vision into reality. And this is the example which I had just given in the beginning. Walt Disney and Roy Disney, why type of people and how type of people respectively. But how type of people doesn't come on earth to change the world. Those are the why type of people, but they can't do it without how type of people. So how people have their own importance and why people have their own importance. Now third section of the video is all about clearing the idea between authority and leadership, because rank or position might give you authority but not leadership. What I mean by this is, many high position people are not leaders. We don't trust them or follow them, but a person who decides to take care of the person left to him and right to him are the leader. But authority plus leader gives you power to inspire people on a large scale, because leader ultimately wants to create more leaders in the organization or in the world. So in the fourth section of the video, I'm going to share 2 ways to make people work for you. Isn't it great? It's really important for a leader to make people work for them, because that's how their vision will be converted into reality. So in general, there are 2 ways of doing it. First one is through manipulation. This is costly approach, especially when your intentions are not genuine. People might work for you, but they will not give their 100%. This will limit your vision or your organization's vision. Now second is through inspiration. Of course, this requires more work than the first one, because you have to make people inspire by leading through an example. And once you become the example, people will follow you and mimic your work because they want to be just like you. And because of this, in your absence also, your work, your thought, or maybe you will remain alive in their heart and brains. Now let's talk about smallest yet most funniest section of all, that is, leadership is optional. Leadership is like parenting, It depends upon your capacity. It's okay to be a person who goes to the work, be a productive team member, decide to take care of the persons around him, and comes home after the job is over. It's totally fine to be that kind of person. And that's all from my side today, guys. I hope I have enlightened you up a little. If that's the case, this is my success. So I highly recommending you to read this book called Start With Why. Of course, it has a lot more to offer than I have just shared with you in this video. Also, I recommending you to listen this book summary on Kuku FM. And yeah, this is not a sponsored video. I hope it was, but it was not. So that's all from my side today, guys. I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.